Hey everyone, and welcome to Quaternity Blitz. And today we have a really special crew with us, right? After intense negotiations, we managed to have Raman here on the show. Hey Raman, good to see you. And not less special, we have Priyanka too. Hey Priyanka.
Hi.
It's so good to have you on the show. And the one that doesn't need any introductions, Cash. Hey Cash.
Hey, good to be back.
Yeah, we have like an amazing team, and we just play a really fun and interesting game actually. And the idea is to share it with you all, right?
Yep.
So let's go for it.
Let's take a look at the game.
So, probably oops, sorry guys. So Raman, what do you think about the game? I mean, what was your general feeling about it before you go with the?
I think it had all the elements of a good friendly game. I mean, the whole idea was to establish a nice feeling amongst the four of us, and I think it worked on the board also. That's what I feel. What do the other three think?
What about you, Priyanka?
I would agree. I don't know. Blitz is always a fun time, right? Because it's always about the way you approach the game. But with everything that we did, had so much fun. So yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
Yeah, Cash, we had some heat at the beginning, right?
I did feel a little bit. For a couple of moments, the three of you were like, but I did kind of leave myself open to that a little bit. Probably I should have really thought about, it's hard to think about triple attacks, but if you leave one piece, like I think I left my horse and Priyanka took it and then everyone was like, vroom. It's kind of hard to think about. But I think
the thing, Kashri, is that even the people who, they're also playing under the same blitz conditions. So it's not that everyone's really focused on one thing. I mean, they just see some move that seems to be okay in the general direction, if you see what I mean. Yeah. So it's unlikely to last, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is it was a brief little moment and then it kind of evened out again, because it's really hard when it carries on like that, right? But I think it was nice dynamic between us, that it kind of was quite an even movement around the board. Yeah. It was nice.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, we start with the openings, and Priyanka, how do you think your opening? I mean, it was really interesting actually, because you move your pawn, and that's people. I mean, at least people used to play. They actually open this pawn from the bishops, right? But you open with the horse in it. That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah, honestly, I was trying to do something different. I'd be lying if I said I thought about it very much. Real talk, I was trying to do what I thought was the least confrontational move. Unclear how well that went, but that was what I was trying to do. But yeah, I don't know, because the thing about opening with the bishops is that well, actually, Chico, the last game I played with you, I opened out the line with the bishops. And I remember you being very interested in my opening and how I was opening a line of attack to the diagonal. And I didn't want to do that again. And so I did the opposite thing.
But it's experimenting, right? I think that's good. That's good. And I mean, and it's amazing to do it in friendly games, right? So
yeah.
And what about you, Raman? How do you think your openings? I mean, just getting your horse out of the heat. Right?
Very interesting history, actually. This is when we were sort of developing the game 5 years back. And you see, it took me a long time to realize that knight on I3, is it? Yeah. The only protecting piece was the bishop, you see. And I actually moved the bishop first, and the knight got promptly taken by the other diagonal bishop, right? So, and after that, all hell broke loose. And I've never forgotten that lesson. So first thing, get that knight out of the way so that the bishop actually at J4 becomes free to move in that sense, right? It has a long history.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a better way to learn, right? Taking the blow, as they say. Yeah, I was tempted to do the crazy one when you walk with the pawns, but then I thought it was too early here in Brazil to be crazy. So I'm saying, all right, I'm gonna wait a bit.
Is it really too early to be crazy anywhere?
Well, I'm just seeing my horse was completely up for grabs right there. Like I'm very asleep early on in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Rama was
Normally
being,
I move my queen up behind the bishop before I move the bishop because I have a specific little opening. Obviously that went, yeah, I was asleep there.
Raman give you a lot of help here attacking, but actually Priyanka had it first, right? Like,
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I left that horse hanging for a while, I guess.
Mm.
Oof.
yeah,
But nobody saw it. It was one of those invisible horses, I think.
The cloak of invisibility, yeah.
well, I think I mean, and now Priyanka and Rama enter in like in a bloodbath, and me and Kashki were just uncomfortable trying to understand what do we do. I mean, should we get in this mess? Should we?
That one was funny because, like, Chico, you moved your pawn, and then I just didn't catch Raman uncle with that horse there, and I was just like, everything is happening at the same time, and it's so funny because Kashi, we were talking about having your horse hanging, and I fully didn't catch that I was going to lose my knight there. I just was like, I have to close file with Chico because apparently that was the most important thing on my mind the minute I saw that.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean that's hard because I was the last one to move, so you tend to focus, instead of like that's a good practice as well, right? Yeah, but then
Sure.
and that was interesting because like Raman took and you could like walk with your pawn and then you say truth, right? We are blocked here. And that's it, right? And you say, you know what? Let's get down on it. I'm like, whoa.
That's a really heavy move early on, right?
So the thing is that after the dust cleared, we reached a sort of deadlock, you see, and then I had to look elsewhere. As you'll see in a couple of moves.
Yeah, that's a brave one too. It's like, all right, we are doing it. And sincerely, I was like, what? And here I offer some support to Priyanka.
Yeah.
I think I kind of felt bad for like distracting her here. Let's try to balance it a little bit.
I feel like, Chico, you and I had like a constant, we'll like kind of help each other out every once in a while through the entire game.
Yeah, because I mean, actually, here, if my bishop was not here, Raman could like block with this bishop too, right?
I saw that, so I knew that the only position was the queen at L2. So, and then I knew that you won't take my rook because it's too early in the game, and people don't like to lose bishops early in the game. So.
Yeah, you said it. I think it will be too messy, right? And I say, yeah, I'm gonna just go. And now, Cash, I always be amazed, like with your position. For me, I mean, I really admire it because for me that's so
Bizarre.
not. Yeah. I was trying to avoid that word, but you were the one saying it.
Yeah, no. I mean, you always say my bishops are kind of strangely placed, but for me, those bishops together, I can put the queen behind either of them, right? And also, I put the bishop on e4 so I can move my horse up to the d5 spot and it's covered. What I forgot in this position is my rook is normally on a4 to protect that horse, but because you moved your horse up threatening that middle pawn, I moved the rook. Yeah. So then my horse is not protected in the next move because I'm going to move that horse on b4 to d5 to move it up to block the diagonal line of your bishops.
Yeah.
And normally the rook is always kind of in that normal position because you don't move your rooks very early in the game, right? But because your horse threatened that middle pawn on b5,
was here, right?
I had to move the rook up to protect it. And then obviously I forgot about it. It's so hard to keep an eye on everything, right?
Yeah. Definitely is.
I think a couple of moves from now, this particular episode will end, the green versus black episode. So the attention will switch to the other side of the board.
And also, I was kind of moving my bishop up to maybe take one of Raman's pieces because he was in check the move before, but I didn't do it quick enough.
Yeah, and now Priyanka said, let's have some time.
Let's
And
have some-
and I decided, all right, maybe I should put some action on this side of the board so we could, get it even. And now Priyanka, I mean Natalie, one of our regulars too.
That pawn move from Priyanka is a big sigh of relief. I'm sure.
Yeah, for you, yeah. Yeah.
And this move, I mean, Natalie liked to say that this is stable, right? When you put your horses, because it creates like the perfect spot. I would do it in a bit to put your horse here, and then you try it in two pieces, and then, yeah, that's really interesting, right? When you see that the last two moves, as Raman said, Priyanka walks the pawn, and then Raman walks this. It's like, hey, let's breathe a bit here.
Had a bit of fun. Now let's look at something else.
Yeah, and now I think I take advantage of the early time in Brazil to do a strike on cash. This horse is just too painful, right? It's just too painful to have a horse like that in your defense.
Yeah.
Well, wow, and then Priyanka.
I know it was you, Chico, who started the movement towards me. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I did it with as much love as possible.
I thought you did it before now. Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's the truth. It's the peace offer, right? Like we close. You just walk and we close. But this was not. Maybe it was not such a good move because if you take, and then I take, then my rook is.
Yeah.
So I would not be able to take, and you could walk, and I have to take with the bishop. So I mean, would be. So actually,
it would be a bit of a bloody battle at the beginning. I think it was too early for me to do that.
So yeah, and in here, everyone kind of picking up that new direction on the board. Yeah, and then you move.
Yeah, this became a little tricky because there's a good move by Cash actually because forces me to be defensive. So it was a good move. So I was wondering where to place the knight, which is a good square front.
Okay, so this is interesting, right? I mean, what you're saying is like when someone's attacking you, if you defend yourself, obliging this person to be defensive is interesting.
Because in old-fashioned chess, it's like losing a tempo. So when you are sort of trying to get some pieces in attacking positions, it sort of breaks it up. And unlike conventional chess, there are two more moves to follow after that. So it can completely take you off track. That's the beauty about this game, really.
Well, yeah, here I protected my rook. So if Cash would decide to trade pawns.
Very disconcerting having your horse there, though, because you're inside my realm in a way.
Yeah, it's annoying as annoying can be. And here
now Raman's lined up to take. So both of you just destroy my middle pawns.
Yeah, I mean, I was not willing to just trade it, but I see that Raman will say, "Let's go for it," and I say, "Yeah, why not?" Right? Because then one takes, and the other. You see, then I.
Yeah. That knight move was practically forced, actually, because it was being attacked. That was the only square. It turned out that was also a good support attacking square. So it's almost forced. Yeah,
and here Raman takes it, and well, and now I sense a lot of heat on this
line, because I'm triple. But your queen is protecting that middle spot.
Yeah, with the rook, right? But now, I mean, you still could like win and ended up with a rook. But I said that you're not gonna want to trade just everything now.
No. Not this early in the game. No.
Well, actually, here it was triple protected, right?
Yeah, there's no point because I would have lost my queen.
But then I moved my horse.
Well, I think come to think of it, I probably missed a trick in terms of diverting the tempo. If I pushed the pawn up at I5 to I5, right? I5 to I6 and release the semi-long diagonal of the white square bishop, then
Yeah.
No, maybe I could have switched attention to red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's too fast. I mean, no time to do the sorts of fancy things. But yeah, I did miss a trick actually.
for me, right?
Not tactically, but it could have changed the tempo of the game, I think.
Yeah. Well, thank God that you didn't see that at the time. No, yeah, but that's true because if you sacrifice your bishop here, I can. Oh, actually, it's not a sacrifice because I cannot take it as my rook is unprotected.
Yeah, because your rook is pinned. You see, yeah. So it opens the way for white completely. I missed it. Sorry, Cash. Next time.
That's all right.
Nothing to be sorry about, Raman. Nothing to be sorry about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here, Priyanka coming up, and well, I think now it was like this kind of dance, right? What's happening? What's the next? We kind of let Cash get away, and then
I'm pretty open up here, like,
yeah.
well, specifically from the diagonal. I'm very.
I take advantage of the stable that Priyanka built for me here.
I really like that Nats called it a stable, because until you said it, I didn't see it, and I was like, oh, yikes.
Yeah. But you protected really well. You did a great movement to protect your bishop, right?
Yeah, and I was in doubt in trading and putting you in check. But then an interesting thing is, like, first of all, I lost a horse already, sacrificing, so I was not very much likely to. And the second thing is, like, you play right after me, so if I put you in check, I don't give you opportunity to no one do anything else, right? Because otherwise I could take advantage of that. I almost lost my horse because I was not seeing this queen here, and I would, oh, there's a beautiful move, I put it in check and take the rook, or but then luckily I used my time to, and that was a really interesting move, Raman. Why did you do that? I mean, you were trying to.
No, well, it's you need to engage the bishop somewhere, and I thought so a little bit of confusion, because now many options get opened if you do that. So you plonk the bishop in the middle, so black has got a problem, and the two other moves that will come before that, it's open. You can either go with it or look after your own house. I mean, I think white was not in a position to take advantage of those things, and she was intent on basically defending that 4x4 fort, I think. But I just thought it would be fun to just poke that into the middle of the game and see what happens.
It was definitely something. I feel like every time you have any sort of plan in this game, someone just has to do one thing, and then you have to reevaluate everything you thought you knew. And that was your green bishop for me, like this moment.
It's a really good tactic on making your opponent losing time, right? Because what I'm missing here, and you take like 30 seconds, a minute. Oh no, it's not. I mean, it's nothing happening, or it's not. Kashfi was just trying to structure herself, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm wide open here. I mean, I'm surprised I lasted so long.
You had this pawn for free for the same reason, right?
No, your pawn is protecting that pawn.
But it's the same thing as.
But you can't open up the file, you see. That's the problem.
Because which pawn is for free? No, because it's protected by your middle pawn, Chico.
Yeah, but if I took with the middle pawn, your queen has the free access, took my rook and put me in check.
Put you in check. Oh, yeah. I think I was more concerned about the diagonal attack because Priyanka has two lines in there with her bishops, and then Raman's got his bishop, which could head in. But yeah, maybe I should have gone down that route. Yeah, I feel like trying to attack when I'm so wide open is a bit dangerous.
Yeah, so there was a nice little opportunity for a mini alliance, I think. If the green bishop now comes to b4 attacking the queen, knowing that the black bishop is going to support it, well, that's something. So it just turned out that putting that bishop was a good idea.
Oh, yeah, but you get back, right? You said.
Yeah.
Not
Not sure of intentions, you see.
trusting Priyanka on that moment. Right.
I think I was very helpful to anyone who asked for it in the game. Thank you very much. Except for maybe Cash. Sorry.
Yeah, then I decide to go a bit wild with my horse, which was a bit kamikaze.
Yeah, now actually, I think I had. Oh no, I was like aiming for your bishop for such a long time, but then it's double protected, right? But I was afraid you were about to trade, right? I was saying maybe Cash is annoyed for the I think I asked if you were in the bad mood because
Yeah.
I was just protecting this point of heat, right?
That was a good move by Priyanka for my horse. And then I think, what did I... yeah.
And now again, I mean, Raman, were you aiming this pawn or
Yes,
you
yes,
aiming?
yes. I was aiming at the pawn at b6, yes.
Now I should have kind of just gone back with my horse, but I that little stable was calling me. Yeah, but it was a bit of a sacrificial... I don't know why I did that.
But no, but it's the beginning of a pretty tricky phase for green, actually. Quite tricky. Because I knew that Priyanka would take that and do the double check. I was prepared for that. So very tricky.
Yeah, now.
But that was a good move to protect your queen.
Yeah. Then no choice. No choice.
I don't know why I didn't move my horse away.
Oh, and here was the moment I almost lose my. I mean,
oh yeah, I can't believe I missed that.
Yeah, they were like long. I don't know how. Maybe 2 minutes, but they were like an hour for me. And Cash was taking a moment to think. Like, what should I do? And I was like, not taking my queen.
I would have taken it if I'd seen it as well. I'm sure.
I know. It's ruthless. But then, yeah, then things are more at ease. I don't have the bishop anymore. And now I put it in check just because.
Yeah.
That was good, Priyanka. What were you thinking? I mean, just like jumping.
Yeah, I honestly, I play more often with bots than I do with people. And the bots I found usually like to they like team up with each other more so than they team up with you. Or maybe they just do that to me. But I got really excited at this because I was like, this can go one of like, well, in my head, it was going to go one of two ways. And I was like, either Cash loses one of her pieces and I keep my bishop there and like we figure something out later, or this is just another way to see if like Raman uncle might also jump in. And so I was like, why not? This will be fun. Like,
Yeah, checks from the left are always painful, right? Because then everyone just. Yeah, and now was an interesting point for me on the game, right? I was like,
whether to take the queen or not.
Yeah, because I mean, in a way, it's always good. Actually, if Cash would move the king, I would take this pawn here, because that would open your 2, and that would be really good for me, and I think for Raman too in the game, right? But then you protect with the queen, and I would just lose my bishop. Nah. And then
it's one of those delicate decisions you have to take. Yeah.
But I mean, I
was in a really delicate position. That was. I mean, I was willing to lose my queen there at that point because I really felt like, okay, I'm so wide open. I'm just going to go down at any point. So I was kind of like, I'm just going to start. I think if you had taken my queen at that point, I would have just started eating pieces and going kamikaze.
Yeah. No, but the other thing I thought was like, I mean, it's really, I mean, green has like a good amount of pieces, black too. So I was not comfortable in like because you were in the most fragile position here, like open. Trading a bishop with you would put me in a weak position too with the other players for the game. To like Rama would have like a really good advantage with me on the diagonal, and so I was not, I mean, to be honest, Kashfi, I don't know if your queen was worth it. That was my
Yeah.
at the
Well, it would have
time.
been a sacrifice.
Yeah, but then as Raman said before we start, this thing always pays out at the end, right? Your queen haunted me a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, it was interesting. I could have taken this horse here too. I thought in taking it because it's protected by the queen, and if he takes with it, so I mean, I was, what should I do? Who should I attack? But then the doubt just.
Retreat.
But Rama, you have a really interesting point on taking queens. I mean, what do you think about that situation specifically?
I think, you see, as the game turned out, it was probably the best thing you could have done, because then we were all staying engaged till the end. I mean, we all lost by time, all of us. So that means there was no clear-cut checkmate position, which is, I think, quite a good thing, And it definitely gave rise to lots more interesting patterns in the game. Otherwise, as Kashfi said, a game over, you just, basically trade pieces and all of that, then it becomes a bit of a bloodbath. But I think this is much more elegant, and that's my opinion of it anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and this little pawn kept... I don't know why I didn't... Oh, I didn't take it because I had to move my queen back, but I should have eaten with my queen now. I don't know why I didn't eat with my queen now. Anyway.
Yeah, because you open yourself. I would put you in check again for sure. If you take
Probably,
your, yeah. And that would be a disaster.
Yeah.
Well, and now that was like another a horrible blunder for a horse, and Priyanka very generously didn't take it.
No, Priyanka wasn't generous. Priyanka didn't see it. To be clear.
We line up, and I was like, all right.
That's a nice lineup.
Raman offering him some support. And now, I mean, I think I actually, this is true. This queen situation just put me out of balance because I just blunder again. With just like a blunder after blunder after blunder. And now.
But you're protected there, right? You're actually threatening my bishop, because I was going to do some damage, I think. But
yeah, I thought, Chico, honestly, I fully thought you were helping me out here. I don't know if that was what you were actually doing.
I did as well.
Oh, that's sweet. Well,
I think
like that.
Those stable moves. You see, when you see a nice square like that, you go for it. That's it.
Yeah.
Let's pretend that it was like that.
Wow. Here I was so touched. I particularly remember being like, wow, this is so nice of him. He's being such a good friend right now.
This is one of the fun things about this game. I mean, sometimes you move a piece to the only convenient square, and then after the piece is positioned, you realize, oh my God, this is great. You didn't realize you were a genius, you see.
Oh my God. Yeah, the unintended genius of this, like the finding out that you're an unintended genius is my favorite part of this game, for sure.
I think
that coming? Excuse me? Yeah.
The best moment when it's happened when you're trying to do a check and it turns out to be a checkmate. That's just so like I'm gonna the checkmate. It's like it's amazing. No, I mean, but to be honest, Priyanka, I was half and half. I was like, I'll put as Brahma said, I'll put my horse there and see what happens after that. But then Rama just, he said, all right, enough is enough blundering for you, right? And then I said, you know what? I'm going to put you in check just because of that.
Oh. Well, there's no intent to generate bad feeling. Actually, you shouldn't have done that to me.
I think I was a little bit emotional today, and then comes the second Sophia's choice for me here, right? It's like, what should I do in this situation? And I think, and then I was trying to maintain my moral compass, and I say, all right, I didn't take the first queen, so I mean, I don't want to take this one now, but I think Rama would say that it was another mistake, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but actually it was the game over for green, but in a much worse way than it would have been for Kashmir. That's what I'd say, because I didn't have pieces in the right positions to even exchange, you see. So it would have been completely, I mean, it's the same thing as running out of time, practically, given the position of the board now. So if you had taken the queen, well, I would have had an early dinner or something.
No, I just felt that it would not be fair in a way. So I don't know.
Good. Keep the game going, and that's one of my mottos. Anyway.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling.
And then, well, and then I think then we're just trying to figure out what's happening, right? And it was just too juicy to not do it again.
Yeah, this is. I felt like, okay, I knew I should have taken that little pawn because
I mean, do you guys have any particularly point about this moment here? I think we're just trying to see what's happening, right?
I kind of knew that if someone put me in check, that little pawn would just move forward, and so I'm not sure why I didn't eat him earlier. But anyway, I can't remember if you did eat him or not. I did feel like, okay, it's coming. the checkmate is coming at this point. Because all those three lines are covered.
You know what? But then Priyanka...
This was the ultimate diversion of them all, actually, because I
think you had very few seconds left, Priyanka. So
I did. I was at 4 seconds. And I just kept pushing back.
Priyanka is a very generous being.
Of course. Yes, of course.
Otherwise, the green pawn taking the rook at c1 would have opened up some interesting things because, little boxing in of the king would have happened, I think, later on. But anyway, it's history. Because Priyanka offered the queen up and there's no way I can say no.
See, I endeavor to be as generous as possible.
Yeah, and now I have this bishop for... Oh, no, actually not.
No, because it's covered by the green bishop. But I should have taken the pawn with that white bishop, probably, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't for some reason. I'm not sure why.
And now Sorry, Raman.
That would have happened, Kashmir, if you had taken it with the bishop. Then the next queen move would have been a check, and then the rooks could have moved up. So maybe it was a good thing to move the rook up.
Yeah, and now I was just trying. Now it was a horrible blunder again. I was just trying to get myself. I should have stopped it in here. I don't know why.
I remember you saying, "Oh, this is a safe space," and I was like, "No, it's not."
Yeah, 2 is enough, right? 2 is enough.
And I couldn't let that go. Not under the position I'm in a really tight spot now.
You shouldn't. I was just like going after you in a really.
So third time you take it. That's all. Don't pass it up, and that's what happened. So suddenly the whole thing has changed, but then finally I think time took over.
Now I think it gets difficult with time for everybody. Everyone's got very little time.
Yeah, now Priyanka lost by time, which was a pity.
And I see here, I probably could I have got the checkmate with that queen on 10. Oh no, not quite.
Yeah, a couple of moves, right? Queen here, so queen could.
No, but even if I put it on K10, it's the 12 line is not covered. So
yeah, you need
I was thinking I could get the checkmate, but no, unless Raman moved his horse.
Yeah,
J12
is the queen to pitch in actually.
But J12 is not covered, and I couldn't cover. Oh, I could have covered it with my bishop, but that's so many moves. It just wasn't worth it, and I could feel like I think I better just defend rather than try and get a checkmate.
Oh yeah, because I was definitely coming.
Yeah, and so was Raman. Look at this little pawn, just like irritating me. Really going for it.
You put the pawn here because you saw my rook's movements, Raman? Or you just...
Yes. Certainly. And one doesn't lose a chance for that. And you have to give one check with a little pawn. It's very dignified to do it.
It's very satisfactory, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's amazing when pawns get that far. I love it.
Yeah, and I know. I mean, I genuinely felt sad when you ate it because I was really enjoying the pawn tail, right? Yeah. Now I didn't understand why you didn't.
I think here is where I was seriously thinking about a checkmate net around white, but then I didn't see the clock at all. But not that it would have helped, mind you. Not enough time to work that out, I think.
I didn't even realize that that was coming. That rook, the green rook, was going to put me in check. I didn't see that. I was trying to get rid of that bishop, but I could have done that with.
Yeah, but this is where the discovered check came when I took the pawn. Yeah.
And
this is where I started thinking seriously about a mating net. But I don't know, how much time did I have at that time?
Oh, we don't. I mean, probably 30 seconds or something around that.
There's no way it could be done.
Yeah.
Wait. I can't move there. Hang on. Oh, yeah, sorry. Never mind. I've just seen the black bishop and I'm like, how have I moved?
Yeah.
But Priyanka had run out of time. Sorry.
Otherwise would be mate.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah.
So even at the since the black bishop is inert, it doesn't control anything. There's no line.
No,
of
it just
influence.
protects the king if you're trying to checkmate the black king.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm quite new to this zombie scenarios. It's very interesting.
It's quite hard actually to checkmate a zombie king.
But I mean, I was like here blinded by revenge from my queen, and I was really trying to see how could I put you in checkmate.
Yeah,
and that was, I mean,
it was close because I don't know. I'm trying to work out if you guys could have done it. If Ram got his queen involved, it would have been pretty.
Yeah. That's what I was trying actually, how to get the queen into play, but too little time, too much to do, I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, you were really well protected here, right? With this.
Yeah.
And I was running out of time, so I took my bishop back. But now I miss it because now I had a check in here. Well, I don't. Yeah, not anymore because you're protected.
No.
You see? I mean, I here is not. Well, I think I put you in check. Yeah, here. And then I think now Raman bring the queen.
Comes down on this line. Yeah.
Let's start to make it happen. But then.
Yeah, this is where I ran out of time. Yeah, just there. Almost there.
Oh, and that was very close to, like, if you'd got your queen involved,
I was planning the queen at f1 and then get into the middle rank, you see. It would have been a killer, but well, actually quite a nice position to end up with for all of us, I think. Chances for everyone.
And now I think I should have put it in check in here. I didn't see it at the time. And then keep the party.
But going. I would have taken
No, on D3.
No, not if I'm in check, I guess. What happened next?
Well, you need to move to here maybe. And then
I can't remember. I think.
But if you can hear, Oh, actually,
I think a green queen at f1 would have allowed you to do the check with the other rook, right?
Yeah.
And then the action, everything depended on that queen to f1 at this stage. So, but no time for that.
So this is the point we ran out of time. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should trade rook for a bishop because I would have a rook and two bishops, and you're just a queen. So I don't know.
Well, I think we were all down to under 10 seconds at this point, so we were just moving frantically.
Yeah.
It's like intuition at its finest, right? Yeah, and here Raman lose it. lost by time, which is, I mean,
And then I decided to just try and put you in check just to take the heat off me.
yeah, I missed that. I should like put this bishop here, build myself a little nice safe place, but then I don't know why I threatened your bishop. Well, and then it was horrible because then I lose my bishop. Was really good moves, Kashfi. Like check, you eat. But I didn't understand why you didn't put me in check again here anyway. But
I think because I had so little time, I was just like, I can't make a mistake. Queen, because if you're in someone else's realm and you have very little time, it's very easy to make a mistake and put it on a square that you lose your queen. So I was like, I just want to get out of there and try and work out what to do.
yeah, and here I was.
Well, I'll say, Cash, I think it depends on how you look at it. You either lose your queen or you very generously donate it to the cause. Really just like, what do you want to do with your life?
I'm with you, Priyanka. They don't understand your queen sacrifice. It's another level of quaternity, right? Yeah. No, but here was a bad move because now you can put him in check
Yeah, I
again.
should have put you in check again. I don't know what I did. I don't know why I
Kept
did.
my king here and try. Well, now is when chess. Well, and here just put you in check. You move down, put you in check again. There's the threaten the queen, protect the queen, threaten the queen. And now I think I just had like 2 seconds. Didn't know what to do. And just sacrifice.
Now it's just running the clock down, basically. That's about it.
Yeah.
Just sacrifice my rook, and luckily, time helped me. I was like in a horrible position. And well, actually, I had a lot of pawns, right? I would try to like keep my defense strong and walk with the pawns to get myself a queen or something like that. But anyway. Well, I mean, that was really, really fun. I really enjoy it, guys. I think we were speaking a little bit early about how it's interesting when you play a game and have this kind of focus on the balance, right? And not so much in the 5 points. And that was really interesting. I think we managed to develop that in this game, right? What do you guys?
Yeah. I certainly think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it was well balanced. I mean, just the fact that we all lost by time and there were no checkmates, it was quite balanced throughout, right?
And it was
there
very
was
nice.
some pretty interesting moves, good positions, very nice.
Very open, really lots of possibilities, right? Really engaging, really, really enjoying.
Nice.
Well,
thanks, guys.
Thank you a lot. Thank you, Priyanka, Raman, and Kashfi. Please come back whenever you guys feel like it. It's really a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you, all of you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. It's really nice.
Yeah. Well, let's see what your agent says about it, right, Raman? Hopefully we can book you to another show. Well, everyone, so this was our show for the day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with our amazing shows. We have in Spanish, we have Portuguese coming as well. We have Puzzle Room with Kashfi marvelously lead us through the sea of puzzles. And I hope to see you in the next one or in the board. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, all of you.